months maybe, kindergarten has been talking about what a parable is. Walker, what is a parable? Alright, a parable is a story that teaches a lesson. And Jesus uses parables when he preaches a lot, or he used parables when he preaches a lot. And so today we have two different skits. Both are parables. And so, without further ado, here is Kindergarten's Chapel. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who wanted to settle accounts with his slaves. When he had begun, one who owed him 10,000 talents was brought to him.
You owe me a lot of money. What? I don't have it. Then you'll be sold as a slave.
But since he could not repay, the king commanded him to be sold, along with his children and all that he had, and repayment be made. So the slave fell to the ground and said,
Have patience with me and I will pay you.
And the king felt compassion and released him and forgave him of the debt.
I forgive you.
But that slave went out and found one of his fellow slaves who owed him 100 denarii, and he seized him, saying,
Pay back what you owe.
So his fellow slave fell to the ground, saying,
Have patience with me and I will pay you.
But he was unwilling and threw him in prison until he should pay back what was owed. So when his fellow slaves saw what had happened, they were very sad, and came and told the king all that had happened. Then summoning him, the king said to him,
You wicked slave, I forgive you, so why can't you forgive him?
And the king, moved with anger, handed him over to the torturers until he should repay all that was owed him. My heavenly Father will do the same to you if each of you does not forgive his brother from your heart. Alright, and this is the second one. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard.
I will give you a day's wage.
When he agreed with the laborers for a denarius, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing in the marketplace. And to them he said,
You go work and I will give you a day's wage.
And so they went, and again he went out at the sixth and the ninth hour and did the same thing. And at about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing around, and he said to them,
Why have you been standing out here all day long? Because no one hired us. You went to the vineyard too.
When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman,
Call the workers and pay them, starting with the last group. I need to pay.
When those hired about the 11th hour came, each one received a denarius. When those hired first came, they thought that they would get more. But each of them also got a denarius. And when they got it, they grumbled at the landowner, saying,
They worked 1 hour and we worked all day. Why didn't we get paid more?
So the last shall be first, and the first shall be last.
The first parable, when Jesus told these parables, his audience didn't get to hear them explained. Sometimes his disciples did, but most people just left scratching their heads. We now can understand, though, what he was talking about. called us a name or didn't share with us or weren't kind to us, we need to be able to forgive them